Welcome to Manchester Film Festival. Your movie is Near Miss. Do you just want to go and just introduce yourself first about what you did on the film?
Yes. My name is Tim, and I play Dave.
And my name is Remy, and I play Vic, Dave's wife, in the film.
Hello, my name is David Finn, and I play Jim.
Hello, I'm Jamie Raffin. I wrote and directed.
And I'm Josephine Rose. I'm the producer.
Perfect. Well, congratulations on the film. So this is it's a very sweet rom-com. I think let's start with you, Jamie. Like, what was the inspiration and the idea behind the story?
I knew you were going to ask me that, and I've not got any prepared answer from whatsoever.
It's literally the one question you know I'm going to ask.
I knew. I tried to think of it, but I couldn't think of a single thing. I was thinking. I love certain films like what's the famous Woody Allen film? But no, the other one. I can't remember it right now. Anyway, I love that sort of rom-com, and I just thought, well, it would be interesting to have a film about a guy who married the perfect girl and then didn't work out. And what would happen if he met the next perfect person in the world immediately after that, and the incentives and disincentives of that situation. That was basically it.
Yeah, lovely. So I'm going to ask the cast. Let's start with you, Tim, about why you wanted to be a part of this project.
Well, it was very funny, and I think just the relationships that were written in the script that we were sent was just quite real, and it felt very human, and just like a great storyline that I could kind of relate to in a way that, having friends that have gone through the same kind of thing where they've broken up with someone who they thought was, the love of their life, and they've been thrust back into the app world, was sort of something that I could see that was happening in front of me. So yeah, it felt very close to home.
I love a rom-com. I love a rom-com. So I think anything like that, some of my favourite films, I think, from when I was growing up, like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, or, She's All That, and those sorts of things.
You're so young.
I'm so young.
So young.
I really am. No, I'm not. They're like early 2000s. And I just think that was my first chance to be in that genre, to have a go at that. And I just love, and also the fact, this is a little later when we'd met Jamie, but like Jamie was also just so open for us to, doing a bit of improv and sort of finding these characters together and that sort of stuff, that it was just very joyful to be able to come in and have a bit of a hoot together and have a roll around, really, wasn't it? Yeah. Rom-com genre, that was the thing that really got me. What about you, Dave?
So a lot of the things I would say kind of are part of what they said as well. Kind of the Venn diagrams would cross over. Also, it was I think some of the scenes were allowed to breathe. So usually, you'd get in a film, people would be like, we need to get out before it gets boring, but I feel like we were allowed to kind of go into nuance and detail that you don't really see in film, and I think that was really exciting, and also to bring our own personalities to it, like Remy said, because I think sometimes writing can be brilliant, but it still doesn't sound right in an actor's mouth, and I think the fact that Jamie wasn't precious about us tweaking certain things so it still felt natural, and I think we were like, whatever it took for it to feel natural and real, I think was really exciting.
Yeah, perfect. Josephine, I just want to know, how would you say this film stands out, within the rom-com genre?
It's probably the best one.
Yeah. There's your answer.
Come across. No, I think it's interesting sort of hearing those responses, because I think for me the opportunity was to make a rom-com in a time when it's really difficult to get rom-coms made, and I think that Jamie had such a clear vision for it, and it just kind of worked. It kind of danced on the page, and you really got, it was such a kind of warm, and certain, in a good way, that kind of anachronistic kind of warmth to a London that we don't often see these days. And I think commercially it's very difficult to get rom-coms made these days. So it was such fun just to go out and say, right, let's make this now. Let's, use our resources. Let's get together. So the whole process of making it was as fun as, what the film was.
But I also feel like, to add to what Joe said there, I think, you did get a view of London, but not in that kind of Richard Curtis through a kind of Disney filter way. It kind of felt, because you've lived in London, forever. So it's kind of, it felt, I guess, So,
Yeah.
so
You
but
not
it,
so much.
but it just felt kind of true to like a British city and dating within a British city and how difficult that would be for someone who's been in a relationship since they were kind of 18, to then kind of fall into the dating world in a big scary city. And yeah, it kind of there was a reality to it that I feel like I haven't seen before in a British rom-com.
Yeah, no, it's very real. And Jamie, we were talking earlier because I was saying how much I love Puddin, the cat. It's your own cat, but was the biggest diva on set? Must be.
Well, you know, I'm like, yeah, I have to say that because these guys are here. But yeah, she was. Yeah, she's
been in LA for a while.
she's at a tuck.
We haven't heard from her for a while.
Yeah, so one of the preconditions of me being allowed to use our cat in the film, my wife and I's cat, was that I rename her because her real name is Piggy. And so we had to insist that she was called Pudding for reasons that will become apparent for anyone who watches the film without giving anything away. Yeah.
I've
It
got
was
one.
played again, Sam, by the way, the Woody Allen film. I was trying to remember earlier. So there we go. Yeah. Sorry.
There we go. We
it was
figured
a
out
perfect
Woody
reference.
Allen,
I
yeah.
just cut that into earlier. That'd be
We'll edit
perfect.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got one last question for you, Jamie. So this is Manchester Film Festival. How important is the role that film festivals play in like the world of indie filmmaking?
Oh God, hugely important. Yeah, it's great just to sort of get the film out there in front of an audience and get some feedback and just get the opportunities to get these guys in front of the camera as well, and get a little bit of publicity, a little bit of buzz around it. We've got a sales agent out there currently trying to sell it in various territories, and so that all helps as part of it. And I just want to add also because they've all been so sort of sweet and kind about the film and the writing and everything like that. But the essence of what happened was the fact that we found these three. We had an amazing casting director, Anna Kennedy, who through a total miracle managed to find these three guys who were willing to be a part of it, and they just seemed to click. And it's one of those things you can't hope for, but it just happened, and they seem to really genuinely love being around each other. So just filming them have fun together was just a blast. So,
It's just magic. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
It's just magic. Well, thank you so much for bringing it to Manchester Film Festival. Thank you.